Okay guys, quick update with Bitcoin. So listen, my click-through rate is abysmal. I guess that means a lot of people just skip through or just go to certain points in my video, don't watch the whole thing. So I figured for this video we'll do something fun. I'm actually going to show you not just that I found this long entry to the dollar, but how I found it. So I'm going to delete this fib channel and show you how I was able to add this fib channel to this current fib channel chart to give us this entry point, which again, like I said, it was to the damn dollar. I'm going to show you that in Discord. I made a post. Notice this right here. I was showing the H1 chart. Notice below 55,500, there's nothing. It's all blue. And by the way, that was a long entry I gave in the last video that did play out. And then right here it said I added a new fib channel to the H1 chart. And it lines up perfectly with 49K. And what I was referring to was this point right here. So if you understand the direction price is moving, you have the fib channel chart created, you can add new fib channels to give you an entry. So your entry, when we drop below 55,500, your long entry was down here. And I was covering some other stuff. Notice we did catch a nice bounce from 55,600 around the area, got a little wick below. But again, making it very clear, this was your long entry. And we came down, and you can see we caught that perfect bounce, literally to the dollar when we made contact with it. So I'm going to show you how I was able to find that. Guys, if you want to get a leverage trading, CoinCatch, great option, no KYC. If you want to sign up, that link is pinned in the first comment and description. Next week, I will be putting up that trading tutorial for CoinCatch, not only how to trade on CoinCatch, but also trading techniques and charting methods to help you be more profitable. So expect that video up. There's two other exchanges, by the way, BitUnix, no KYC, and BingX, which is KYC. But three great exchanges I use and trust. And guys, before I show you how I added this fib channel, if you do want to get access to these live charts and learn my charting method, you can through my website. Again, opticalartcrypto.com. That link's pinned in the first comment description. If you want to sign up for my tutorials, you get 6 months access. It has all my videos showing from beginning to end how my process, how I create these charts, so you can create them for yourself. If you want to get access to the live charts in Discord, it's $49 a month. Again, if you want to pay the USDT, you can. Make sure you email me through the contact page. And if you want to get access to Discord, if you have signed up, make sure you email me through the contact page of Discord. So let's break this down, and let me show you how I was able to do this. So again, if I zoom out, you can see I already have a larger fib channel structure, and then the direction price is moving. So I want to show you how I was able to add a fib channel to get this this target here. And actually, I'm going to adjust it to give you another support resistance level just above. So again, what I did was, and again, once you have a fib channel chart created, and this is the beauty of it, if you'll notice, so if I click on this, you'll notice that the point I brought it down to, if you can see down here, when I click this right here, this fib channel, you see the bottom of the fib channel is right here, and you see I started the fib channel here. So there's a line right here. There's a, you see that kind of a, I guess, a purple line. Notice that when I could create these charts, you don't just pull it down randomly. You have to make sure the lines match up. And that's the beauty of it. When they do match up and it matches price, that lets you know that this is a target you would potentially long if it dropped to. So just let me show you how to do this real quick. So basically, this is how you saw the chart in Discord, right? If I scroll up here, you see it was nothing but blue down here, right? See, it was all just blue. So basically how this works is, so the chart's already created. I took the time to map out the direction of price. So you go up here, it's the third tool down, you click on right here, fib channel. What I did was, I start from this one right here. You try to get as close as possible. It does help later on. And I try to make it sure it's kind of gray. It kind of grays out. That's how I know it's matched up completely. And then I pull it down. And you pull it down to the point where you want the lines to match, right? So the lines actually match right here. And this does, again, this actually gives you a support level here, which I will use this in this video to give you these key levels. But when I originally created it for that post in Discord that we played was right here. So notice, I'm going to let go of it just so I can show you. Notice that there's a line, this red line right here. And notice it right here was our previous, this is our low back in August 5th at 49,000. So again, if I pull this down, you see that red line goes right over, this is what I'm pointing to right here, that line goes right over. See how it matches up perfectly on that line? When that matches up, that tells you, okay, well, this fib channel is now matching previous fib channels, and because it matched up perfectly with price here, that means when price drops, well, you know that that is a point to go long. Again, I take the time to map out the direction of price. This is how I make all of my charts for Bitcoin, altcoins, stocks, everything. That's why they're so powerful, and that's why they play out so well. So that's how we knew that when price dropped, your point too long was right at 52,578, around that area. And the beauty of this is if you opened a long, you'd have to set a stop loss to protect yourself. Well, you'd only need to set your stop loss $10, $20 below, and it would have never triggered because as soon as it hit this line, it got a perfect bounce. But seeing what I just did now, so if I take this line, again, in the point of these fib channels, again, you'll learn this in my tutorial videos, but if we bring this up, you'll notice that we can get two other lines to match. So we already have it matching up here because this is where we started it at this top line right here. So if we bring this up, right, now we get this line to match. Hold on. Make it right here. So notice this green line. Sorry guys. Notice this green line right here. As I move it up, it starts to match that point right here. So this actually gives you more levels to play. So now that, again, and you want to try to get as accurate as possible. So we started here, it matches here, and you can see it matches right here. This line right here matches, and this line matches. So you know that's an accurate fib channel. You can see it's pretty close right here. That's why I chose the other one. I like to get as an accurate match as possible. But using this setup, not only now do you have your support level here, right? So this was support back on, again, August 24th, and that gives you the support level right here, where we bounced from 52K. Now that gives you other levels to play. Now these are not as, let me put it this way. When you bring down the fib channel as low as possible and you get a more exact match, it gives me more confidence in that support level. But by bringing it up to this point and seeing that it matches here, well, now, let me make these smaller because these are just huge. So now we know, all right, now we know that your support level, right, is right here, right at 54,000. And actually, I'm probably going to update this chart. When I update these charts, people that have access to the charts will see the update because they're live. They change. They have access to the link. The charts get updated. So now your support level is 54,104 because, well, you can, this is basically just a Fibonacci number based. A fib channel is basically like a fib retracement, but at an angle. It only works if you know the direction of price. But I just want to show you how I was able to find that target that was pretty much to the dollar. Again, just like I said, guys, there was nothing there, right? We've got a balance from 55K. I added the fib channel, said this was the point to go long based on this point right here, seeing that it lined up perfectly, and that gave you your long entry, and we pushed up. So let me give you your key support resistance levels, and remember, guys, as I said in that video, that last video, the weekly, as long as we are below this point, I believe that we have a lot more downside. Go back and watch the last two videos. I've covered this in detail. This is a weekly candle. We dropped all the way down to the bottom Bollinger Band on the weekly. If we get back above, let's say 59,200, start getting potentially bullish up to this point. This is where I said would be potentially, if we're above this point, I get bullish. Now we're way below this yellow, this red macro trend line on the weekly, which to me is very bearish. So we could push up, we could make contact with it, get rejected. Take note the center Bollinger Band on the weekly is now starting to come down. So it could do something like this right here. Let's see. Start doing something like this. Once the center Bollinger Band on the weekly gets below this point, it's game over, guys, because this red macro trend line, every time we break below it, we have a major drop. Every time we broke below this orange macro trend line, we had a major drop. This red macro trend line just confirms for me that we have a lot of downside. Again, that's why I said once we had a weekly open and stayed below this point, for me, that's why I flipped bearish. So let me give you some key levels to pay attention to. So right off the bat, and as I tell everybody in Discord, use that more as a reference. All right, this this red macro trend line, this does not mean that'll be an exact point. If you're playing with leverage, entries are important. I'm not saying that if we pushed up too short right at 58,879, I'm just telling you in general, as long as you're below this point, I remain bearish. But if we get above this point and start holding, well, I would at least pay attention to the central Bollinger Band on the weekly. And this was another part of the reason I was saying that was a likely point to go long. This was our next key support level on the D1 chart. Covered that in the previous video. And you can see now we are back above our key support on the D1. This is the D1 chart. So your current support right now is around 54,141. Your current resistance is just above, right here around 54,880. I'm sorry, 54,854 up to, and this is just what I thought was, it looked like a nice support trend line. You see, we did the meat of the candle was above. We came back down below. I would pay attention to 54,820, at least on the D1 chart. As I said, this is that red macro trend line, and that's setting up around 58,754. So again, it is looking bearish to me. We'll have to pay attention and see if this actually holds this point right here and start pushing up from it. We could come back down and test it. The main point of this was just showing you how you can, again, if you're swing trading using leverage, you get in, either you long or you short, you make your money, you take your profit. If you want to stay in, remember, knowing when to get out is as much of a gamble as knowing when to get in. But that is what I try to do in Discord and with these charts, is try to give you these entries so you can get the best possible entry you can. So based on this chart, guys, and again, this was that level we got a bounce from. So we do know, again, once we broke 55,500 around that area, we dropped. So we know if we push up, this is going to be strong resistance. So pay attention to that. So if we drop below 54,134, then we're probably coming back down to test potentially 52,700. So pay attention to this as a current support. But your most critical resistance level above right now is around 55,700. If it's further out, that's 55,880. So that is your most strongest resistance level just above. And based on this chart, so since I updated this fib channel line right here, if we drop, your next target potentially would be around 50,500. There's actually a lot of liquidity down there, so I would not be surprised. But we did hit support, guys. We are pushing up, so I pay attention to this next resistance level, again, 55,800. And again, this is just that pattern we're in. So we find out, are we going to do like, this was resistance? Oh, well, it's going to take a while to do with arrows here. Do we find out? So resistance, support, support, resistance, support, resistance, support. Didn't quite make it back up to resistance, which was somewhat bearish. We came down, didn't quite make it to the support level that I had drawn off. So do we push all the way back up, break this, and then go to the moon? Well, I guess anything's possible. But for me to get bullish, to expect us to potentially reach the top of this channel, we still have to get above this point. I don't think it's going to happen. We'll see. But we do have a general idea where our key support level was, and that is based on this fib channel right here. I do want to pull this down to where I had it. And the only reason I want to do that is I want to see what next key level was below. Let me just do this, and I will go back and update this chart and save it again. So I just want to put this right here. Okay, and you can see, even bringing this down, this still shows our next key support level is going to be down around 50,500. So notice I brought this down and matched multiple channels, all right, multiple lines in this fib channel, but it still gives me a target of around 50,300 to 50,500. So we know that will be a key support level, and I'm sure that if we went through some other charts, we could probably find some matching targets. And I would have to create another video for that because I wasn't prepared for that for this video. But I wanted to show you that there are methods to find exact entries, and again, I teach that in my tutorials, and I will show you some of my trading techniques in that CoinCatch video that I'll put up next week. It won't be using fib channels, it'll be using parallel channels, but I actually will be putting a new video up soon. I'm using parallel channels now to create these fib channels, or to start these fib channel charts, because the hardest part is finding the direction. Once you know down the direction, creating the fib channel part's easy. So again, I will be updating that tutorial section soon, but I did want to show you how I was able to find that target. And again, guys, it's all in Discord. And I made the post up here, right? Added the new fib channel, so we knew where our point was. It matched up perfectly, and I was just trying to show you how I add these fib channel lines. It's not a random thing. You start from a key line and bring it down, and once those lines match up and it happens to match price, that gives you confluence. And then, you know, comparing with other charts, for instance, our support level that looked close to that entry made that was more of a confirmation of a point to go long. So again, do expect that CoinCast video up. It will be next week. Again, if you want to sign up to be ready to kind of follow along, go ahead and create an account with my link pinned first comment description. And don't forget, guys, you can get access to our Discord and these live charts anytime you want. All you get to do is sign up or email me. Guys, that's pretty much it. Trade safe, trade smart. I'm out.